Hello and welcome to a special variety build with Bear. I'm Pat Bear. I'm here to build a model kit and play Hearthstone and watch some old All Japan Pro Wrestling, and of course raise money to pay off a medical debt. I'm going to throw the Barricade Lego side the moat in the chat. We don't got the numbers right now. I'm hoping we get the numbers of viewers. Now, when we talk about the numbers of numbers, you could see below me, my goal is $700, and I currently have 500 of that, which is ridiculous. A couple days ago, Aristofan is here. Hello, Aristofan. A couple days ago, we got our first donation of $200. So we'll do the, why don't we do the cha-ching for that. And then, an hour before the stream started, so around 6 o'clock, I received another donation from Sinful Lily. So it's like Sinful Lily donated $300. That's ridiculous. Now, Lily, I am going. Thank you. You left the message, and of course it says won't be able to make it to stream, but still wanted to contribute. Love the energy you bring to everything you do. Hope the stream goes well. I also hope it goes well. Thank you for that incredible generosity on your part. And also, I'm going to give you a nickname. And your nickname is, of course, Commander Lily. Thank you very much, Commander Lily, for all that you do. So, what am I raising money for? Haven't watched my streams leading up to this. If you just, someone retweeted or you heard about it. I had emergency dental surgery on Tuesday. Was not expecting that. And my options, as part of a program, a local program here for paying it off, I had two options. One was decent cost a reduction, but could pay it off in installments. With the exception, with some notes. One, interest rates. Two, not just minimums, maximums. So I couldn't just pay it off like 3 months from now. Like pay a little bit, pay the rest off. I would have had to keep making payments and deal with how it would. It just would have kept creeping up until eventually I would pay it off. And I chose the other option, which is you got a month to pay it. So I pretty much immediately decide, okay, I'm going to have to raise this money here. $700 is about what I owe. It's a little more because PayPal and credit card processing through Stream Elements they're going to take their share. So it's not like the $200 and $300 that I've got, which are incredible, will not, be the full amount. So kind of rounded up a little bit to $700, which is great. Not necessarily expecting to make the $700 tonight. The fact that we hit $500 already is ridiculous. I haven't worked on a model kit yet. I haven't played any Hearthstone. I haven't watched any wrestling with y'all. So the fact that we've hit $500 already is unbelievable. I'm very grateful. Now, if it happens after several hours of streaming, I don't know how long I'm going to go tonight, but it's going to be a long stream. If I don't hit that goal, then the alternative is to do another one of these. I'm more than willing to do that. Happy to do that. Again, folks, you can find the link hitting the donate command. I'll hit that right now. Through Stream Elements, anything that gets collected as a tip through Stream Elements goes to this. It's outside of the anything else that I do. If you want to subscribe, that's awesome. You want to gift a sub to someone in the community, that's fantastic. You want to donate some bits, cool. But through Stream Elements, either through a credit card or through PayPal, either is fine. I guess my preference is PayPal, but you can also use a credit card, and I want to have that option because not everybody has a PayPal account or wants to use PayPal, and I fucking get it. So that's kind of the introduction there. Any donation, $1 to whatever, I will give you a nickname. I won't think too hard on the nicknames, but I'll give you a nickname. That is my Pat Bear promise to you. And also, if you're just here to hang out, if you're here to be active in the chat or not so active in the chat, and you just want to chill while I do a bunch of stuff, that's also awesome. And I would be grateful for you to be here and hang out. because that's nice. It's nice to have people here. Again, I am already considering this to be a victory. This total is already fantastic and takes a huge weight off my shoulders. I would like to get that full amount. If we got over that, then that's just great. That means it'll take care of even more of the processing fees and all of that. That's pretty much it. We're going to start with working on a model kit. It's leg day here on the White Rider model kit. I have so much stuff open because I have like Hearthstone and the deck tracker, and I've got VLC loaded with videos, and I've got like my overhead camera on. I just have like a lot of stuff ready to go, like different tabs, like 3 different windows of Firefox and different tabs. I got a lot going on here, but it's not. I'm not doing like, I'm not in VR and I'm not a VTuber. So, there are plenty of people that run way more software than I do for streams. So I'm not complaining. I'm just letting you know that if I'm frazzled at all, it's because I got a lot going on. Overhead camera is working. Great. If you haven't been watching the progress of this particular kit, I'm waiting to see this catch up. Great. Oh, hey, teeth suck. Very overrated. I'm glad I can help. Thank you so much to Aristofan. I'm going to hit the old cha-ching with a $50 donation. Thank you very much for that. I'm also really happy that you can help. Thank you so much. Aristofan is a regular, a tier 2 subscriber. Thank you, Aristofan. We're currently at $550 out of $700, which is fantastic. Thank you so much. And we got a new follower. Welcome to Puzzler36. Thank you for the follow. I rarely do donation drives, but I do often build model kits. So I hope you enjoy any portion of the stream. Also, Skeletom CH and Extra Damage Official followed today, and it's just nice to give them a shout out too. But yeah, we are currently at 550 out of our $700 goal, which is incredible. Thank you so much, Ristfan, for your generosity. Let's see. What else? Oh yeah, where we're working on here. Okay, so we've gotten the chest, the head, the arms done on our kit. We're gonna put that kind of off to the side a little bit there. Let's work on our leg. I did a model kit building stream last night, so it hasn't been that long since I did a stream. Nothing really new happened since last night, because often, folks, I do give updates on what's going on with me, if there's anything happening in my life. Today, I'll say this, I tweeted about this, so I'll talk about it now, because it's nothing bad, it's just annoying. For many, many years, I have enjoyed the stromboli. It's a fantastic breaded, baked bread with something stuffed in it, often cheese. Now, I grew up thinking stromboli was just the Italian stromboli, like the Italian meats dish. Your pepperoni, your ham, and then another meat. But you load it up with your Italian deli meats, right? That's what I always thought stromboli was. Turns out, and cheese, of course, mozzarella. Turns out stromboli is just like, it's an American dish, Italian American dish named after a region in Italy. But it refers to just a bread that is stuffed and then folded over and then baked. Predominantly with cheese. Now, my mom was like, hey, we haven't had strombolis in a while. Let's get stromboli. And I was like, yes, that sounds great. And mother and father just got a cheese stromboli, just mozzarella cheese, Sounds good. I was like, you know what? I want a pepperoni stromboli. I want a little bit of meat in there. It'll have the meat. It'll have the cheese. It's a good combination. Tastes great. That'll be good. It'll be really good. It'll be greasy, but tasty. Friends, what I ate tonight was not what I would consider to be a pepperoni stromboli, because it contained no cheese. It was just bread stuffed with pepperoni. Now, was it good? Yes. Was it stuffed to the gills with pepperoni? 100%. And big slices of pepperoni. Not even tiny pepperonis. Big slices of pepperoni were stuffed in this stromboli. This pepperoni stromboli. Now, I think if you're gonna do that, if it's just the bread and it's just pepperoni inside, in my opinion, that is a pepperoni roll or pepperoni bread. It should have cheese in it to call it a pepperoni stromboli. You shouldn't have to go, I'd like the pepperoni. Oh, the pepperoni and cheese? Like, no, the cheese should be implied. Why wouldn't there be cheese in it? It's a stromboli. And I could be wrong on this. And you know, if I'm wrong, then fine. I will take the L on this. But in my opinion, and I'd like to hear from you, chat, if you have an opinion on this particular thing. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. Welcome, welcome. We are already at $550 towards our goal, which is ridiculous and great. But yeah, I'm complaining about the stromboli I had tonight being just pepperoni and not pepperoni and cheese, which apparently I did need to specify when placing my order. Look, did it come with a side of marinara sauce? Yes. Did I dip it in there? Sure. Did I grab some Parmesan and put that Parmesan, the grated Parmesan, in the marinara sauce to give it a little more flavor? Yes. Because it was super dry. As Lasbrook points out, it does, on its own, would have been very dry. Ripping it or cutting it into pieces, dunking it into the marinara with some Parmesan in there was great. If it had, you know, your grease, even more grease coming in from the cheese and the gooey cheese there, stringy cheese, that would have been excellent. We didn't have mozzarella in the house for me to add to it. Would have liked that, certainly. But it just felt like a pepperoni roll to me. And I was a bit disappointed in that. Also, Dang, you're doing well. I thought this started 7 at my time. Oh yeah, Lashbrook. I try to put Eastern wherever I can because I am on the East Coast. I started at 7 o'clock because I expect to stream longer than I normally would. So I didn't start at 9 p.m. Eastern my time because I expect to do more than like 2 hours and I didn't want to go like real late if I could avoid it. So we did this 7 o'clock. It's still light out here, and that's weird to be streaming with a light out. Dustin says, 100% agree. I'd expect the stromboli to have cheese, right? That's what I'm saying. To me, I had a pepperoni roll. And again, was it good? I mean, yes, it was. There was nothing wrong with my dinner. I was happy to consume it. But it wasn't what I was expecting. And so I'm a bit frustrated with that. At least I didn't skimp out on the pepperonis. Lester says, oh, I am somehow absolutely terrible at time zones. It's simple math, but I routinely fuck it up. Lashbrook, if I'm talking to somebody who's in my time zone, I just believe that we're talking about the same thing. When it comes to anyone else, I am the person that's constantly like, so is that 6 p.m. your time local? Okay. And your area of the country is just an hour ahead of me, right? Okay. You're not in one of those weird towns that like doesn't do daylight savings and you actually mean the same hour as me? No? Okay, great. Because there are regions that are odd that like, you know, it's not like as cut and dry as you might imagine, but I always check to see what people mean when they say that. Because some people are like, you know, 8 p.m. your time. And I'm like, perfect. Or they'll just say like 8 p.m. And I'm like, 8 p.m. Pacific? And they're like, oh, yeah, of course. And I'm like, well, not of course. So I am the person that constantly is worried about that and constantly like double checking and all those things. And some people are just like, I'll send you a Google invite. And I'm like, okay. But I also want to double check because sometimes those Google invites get messed up too. Like Google Calendar invites can still be confused because maybe you did it on a laptop that isn't set to the right time zone because you travel a lot or whatever. I think about it too much, friends. Did want to say it is remarkable currently that our donation goals here. The goal is $700. We're currently at $550. And we got that $550 through 3 donations, and that's nonsense. Yes, Lastbrook just put in the hashtag donate, which brings the Stream Elements link. You can donate through PayPal or using your credit card. I don't necessarily... If I had to pick a preference, it would be PayPal because that processes faster, but it's okay, and either is fine, and you do you, and at your leisure. Because the credit card fees will be lower than PayPal's fee, so either is fine, but PayPal will show up in my account faster. So it's a give and take, and I appreciate anybody. And also, a reminder, folks, if you are just here to hang out, I love that. I'm so happy to have you here. If you can't spare a dime, fucking times are tough, my friends. And I don't pretend that times are not difficult for many people. And I try to help out when I can. And fortunately, right now I am not able to help myself as much as I would like. So yeah, so that's what we're up to. Let's see. Oh, what I got here? Sorry, got a thing coming in. Okay. Oh yeah, got that right there. Thank you very much. Oh, Aristophan, you didn't call me out on it, and I didn't do it. I didn't give you a cool nickname, Aristophan. That is, anyone that donates gets a cool nickname, and I forgot to give you one. So let me do while I'm cutting out this foot here. Leg piece or foot piece, I should say. Let me think about a cool nickname for Aristophan, because anybody that donates even $1 gets a cool nickname. Didn't want to bother you. No, Aristophan, that's no bother at all. I just realized that and I didn't do it. All right, so Anonymous, who donated 2 days ago, we gave the nickname Anonymous. Sinfully, we gave the nickname Commander Lily. So I think for Aristophan, we're going to give the nickname. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I do want to make sure it is a good one. Bronco. Aristophan, your nickname is Bronco. Thank you very much for your donation. I don't know if I've never qualified if these were good or bad nicknames, but they are nicknames. But thank you very much, Bronco, for your generous donation. Appreciate it very much. And let's put this on here. Hooray! Got that going. And clean this up a little bit. We're almost done with this leg here, and then we'll do the other leg. I don't know how long I'm going to go with any one thing. I can tell you that I have 3 videos prepared in VLC, and the runtime is over an hour of wrestling. I don't know if we're going to show all of that. Oh, we got it right here. Lastbrook just tipped $50 saying, let's round that out. Thank you very much, Lashbrook, for your generous donation, rounding it out to $600 now. Your $50. I got to get this over here. But yeah, I don't know how long. I mean, I think I'm kind of going to go like an hour, and then like an hour of model kit building, and then like an hour or so of Hearthstone, and then like an hour of watching wrestling. Feels kind of right. And then we could always go back to model kit building or back to Hearthstone. But also, maybe Hearthstone's just going to feel real bad, and I'm just going to lose like 6 games in a row, and I'm just going to want to watch wrestling. Like, I don't know. Or the matches could just be like, I picked them out, and they all feature very good people. I'll give you a rundown of our card tonight, our 3 match card. Once I give Lashbrook a nickname, I almost didn't do it again. Come on, Pat. Lashbrook, got to give you a nickname. Thinking about it, kind of deliberating in my mind. Let's go. Oh, well, Asmo also just donated $250. Cha-ching, saying, let's make this stream, this stress-free stream, unbelievable. Thank you so much, Asmo, for that. Putting me well over. We are, we are now at what happened there? My brain is not calculating math properly. So hold on 1 second. That was 500, 600, 700, $850. Okay, so we're currently at $850 out of 700, which is ridiculous. So if you're currently a subscriber, listen to the Bear Cave, the Liger, the site, the boat, and chat, because I need a second. We're just going to give me a second there to just process that in 26 minutes of streaming, plus some fair $300 in donations before I even started. I have overshot my goal, and I'm going to allow myself to feel things. Gotta go fast, says Aristophan. Lashbrook, I'm gonna give you the nickname. Pizza Pal. Lashbrook's nickname is Pizza Pal. And Asmo's nickname is the Cowboy. So Pizza Pal for Lashbrook, and Asmo's nickname is the Cowboy. I hope you enjoy your nicknames. I guess I have to tweet an update. So I will do that now. Update now. $150 over my goal. That's ridiculous and wonderful. Still gonna build and game and watch wrestling. That's just unbelievably ridiculous. Thank you very much for all that. Yeehaw, says Asmo, and then Lasper says, all right, good stream, everybody. See you Monday. No, we're not done. I can imagine a world where someone was just like, cool, hit my goal. Thanks, everybody. I'm not doing that. I already said I started early because I was already like, well, we'll see what happens. But no, the plan is to hang out and get some stuff done here. Because that's just ridiculous here. We are currently in a ridiculous stage. Not ridiculous, ridiculous. One might even say ludicrous. We are in ludicrous stage here. His name is Chris. Ludicrous. Get it? Flo Rida is from Florida. These are things, folks, that we can all agree are things that, like, if you didn't know, it's okay that you didn't. But if you're just learning them now, congratulations. I used to think that it was labtop, not laptop, because the original laptops, I don't think you could really keep in your lap, and I assumed that it was like science lab. So I thought they were laptops, like lab coats. I did not understand it for a very long time. But now I do. I apologize, friends. I am just processing this and, again, allowing myself to feel things and to express emotions. And also, my friend Ramona, had to ask her people to help her with her rent, and she had quite a large money sum to do, and somebody swooped in and just like took care of it in like a second. and she has the benefit of being a VTuber. So she was just like, you just heard like muffled noise as she responded. I don't have that benefit. I don't have P Bear to. P Bear is probably what the name of my VTuber thing would be. It's not because I don't have one. But P Bear sounds fun because it's like my first initial and my last name, and I'm not like co-opting Japanese language in order to have like, you know, a VTube, a persona. But like a VTube self, but like it'd be P Bear. Oh, thank you for hitting the donation thing there. We have gone over our goal, but also if you know at this point it's like it's cool. We're gonna leave the number up because it's an impressive, cool number. And pretty much because of Asmo, I don't have to worry about the processing fees being like, oh no, I really didn't get as much as I would have liked or whatever. So at this point, it's just like cool and thank you. I'm gonna pay that bill, and then the other money. Like here's the thing, Asmo invested in the channel because now I can put that money towards model kits or gear, probably model kits, and then I can buy model kits to build on stream. Speaking of which, let's get back to that. But yeah, I can't hide emotions that are happening, visual indicators that I am thrilled at the moment. Working on the legs. So yeah, we're gonna we got another like half an hour of model kit building, and then we'll get into some Hearthstone. And I feel like this will be like an hour of each. But like I said, I can always pull the ripcord if like Hearthstone is a bad time because Sunday night is just like too many people playing decks that I can't beat with my silly weird decks. Wrist fan, I really do appreciate that. I mean, I try to. I have been big on community for a very long time because I have been blessed by being in a lot of incredible communities in my life. And so when I started streaming, my goal with it was a couple things. One, it was like, okay, well, I do some live comedy, but so few people can see that like know me from other things. This is the wrong color. I'm using gray. I'm using black when I should be using gray. Well, all right, fine. The feet are in black. I don't care. That's fine. All of the feet are in black now. We're just going to use black on the feet, and it won't be that noticeable. But yeah, no, when I started streaming, it was like, I kind of want to take some of the community that I've made online and doing pack stuff and just like have a place for it. But the real honest truth is I wanted to recreate on a smaller scale some of the community that I have been blessed to be part of. Big communities like the Giant Bomb community. Smaller community like Friends of the Site with that. But various like discords and chat rooms and guilds and all kinds of things. The LARPing group that I was in high school, the Vampire the Masquerade crew, that were so welcoming to me at the time, and really helped out. My online, my first like. Oh, you're getting hung on PayPal payment, but I'll sort it out. Well, I appreciate that. I think you can do it through PayPal or through a credit card, but also if you can't, if it doesn't work out, that's also okay. And I appreciate it. I appreciate you even giving it a try. But no, I've been blessed. Black Bayou. I've talked about this on stream before. Black Bayou was based loosely on werewolf, not the mafia style game, the game like Vampire, the werewolf version, the White Wolf game, that was like an AOL chat room game called Black Bayou, which was my first like online like community. I have been blessed to be parts of really fantastic communities of folks, and even the comedy community, the larger comedy community. If you just linked your Twitch during the process for the first time, I had to close the window and start over. Okay. Thank you, Lashbrook, for that. That might be helpful. Yeah, if you haven't linked to Stream Elements, because here's the thing. Not everybody uses Stream Elements. They are like way below the amount of people that use Streamlabs. And if you continue to use Streamlabs because it's convenient, I don't got a problem with that. I don't particularly enjoy Streamlabs because they like wholeheartedly like whole cloth steal design elements from other things, and their version of OBS came under like a lot of like this isn't fucking cool, y'all, because what's going on here? So I kind of got off of using Streamlabs, but I know other people that's the thing they prefer. So I turned to Stream Elements, and also I don't use this donation button on Stream Elements before, so that way it was different from using Coffee or just directly to PayPal. So yeah, sorry you're running into issues there. But yeah, no, I've been. We got here, came in. I was slow filling out the donation page, so it's kind of moot now. But glad you hit your goal. This is from Dustin. Now I'm just in it for the nickname, I guess. Well, great. Yes, if you put a donation in, I will give you a nickname. First, we do have to hit the cha-ching. Thank you very much for your $20 donation. We're at $8.70 right now. That is a bonkers number. Thank you very much. Let's update that. There we go. Okay, so as I start working on the other leg here, I will give you a nickname. Let's see, Dustin. We've done some animals. We did some pizza stuff. We did a cowboy. We did commander. I'm going through my like usual ones. We haven't done one where I put big in front of a non sequitur word. That's another go-to of mine for nicknames. So, Dustin, your nickname is Big Tuna. I hope you enjoy your nickname of Big Tuna. Thank you very much for your generous donation. I appreciate it very, very much. I hope you enjoy. Big Tuna. Okay, yeah, I've now given up my secrets of food combined with a descriptor, putting big in the front of something, a reference to an occupation, and also military jargon. We also have the could also be the name of a manga or manhwa. I haven't done that one yet. I'm not one to make memes, but I really do want to make the there's got to be a meme format I can do for the processes of the overpowered main character in a manga or manhwa. What we got here? We got another one coming in. Jessica tipped $50 saying a down payment towards the next 404ing it. Oh no! Do I have to? Oh boy. Thank you for that. We're now at 920, which is ridiculous. Thank you very much for that. I don't know if that 404ing it is the thing I would like to do again. I don't know if it would be a PAX panel or if it would be like a live stream where I would have guests. I know you're joking. I appreciate that, but I probably could do a 404ing it again, but I don't know if it would be a PAX thing. I think it would be it would probably be more to be inviting some people to have some guests on and just kind of present and do it as a stream. That seems more likely. But your nickname. Gotta give you a nickname. We haven't done many occupations, so I'm gonna give you the nickname, the Cobbler. I hope you enjoy your nickname, the Cobbler. Which, yeah. As I said, the reality of that is I just go through various things in my head of have I done food in a little while? Have I done a job? your panels were always highlights of PAX. So I appreciate that very much. I mean, that's always the goal. I've said this certainly before, but PAXs were huge for me. Taking my comedy show, the 404ing It was a comedy show at the Upper East Citizens Brigade Theater. For the most audience I ever had for that in New York was at like 90 people, because we did one on a Saturday night of the weekend of New York Comic Con, and one of the previous incarnations of the UCB Theater was on 26th in Chelsea on 26th Street and 8th Avenue. So that was pretty close to the Javits Center where New York Comic Con was. So I did a show there and had a couple names that were like people knew who these folks were, and so which was really good to get some people to come out to the show. I had the Reverend Dave Johnson, who does a lot of. He did the cover for Red Sun and every cover for 100 Bullets. Like, he's a well-known, well-regarded, and lovely weird dude in the Marvel and DC comic covers world. But yeah, I had like almost 100 people for that. And then there was a 404ing It. The first 404ing It that I did in PAX South was 11 a.m. on a Friday, and 1,000 people came to it. Now, was that partially because Jeff Gerstmann was doing it? 100%. I wouldn't even say partially. I would say mostly. One, also because PAX South was hungry for panels and certainly wanted to see the always charming Jeff Gerstmann. But like, it took my I'm pretty big in New York to I can do big shows. Like, worked hard on them. Can't claim solely, but like, I don't know. With very little promotion, I got 600 people to come to a panel, like first Pat Bear's Anime Club panel, and a bunch of people were just like, I just excited to see a panel about anime at PAX, and I was like, yeah, right? I don't know. I've been able to do some pretty cool things because of those lovely panels, and I don't take that for granted. He did the grocery haul videos. Yeah, I think that was that PAX was the grocery haul videos. They blend together, and I can't remember. I just remember that there are two 404ing It's that are, to me, infamous. One is the Bad Vibes panel, and the other one is the Nobody Got Me This Shit in Advance panel. The very last 404ing It, nobody could give me anything that I needed ahead of time. Nobody could, I was on the train. I had woken up Friday morning really early. I was taking the train to New York and got 2 of the 3 panelists. And the third panelist didn't give me videos till during PAX. I was like, so that was really rough. And the Bad Vibes panel, 404ing It, that is the Bad Vibes, is the thing where it was insisted upon that not only do we show this video of a light falling and hitting someone in the head, that we show it over and over again, because it only becomes funny when we do that. And then that was followed by a bunch of weird shit, including like somebody balancing a child on their hands and like juggling with a child. And that was one of those things where I was like, I need to start saying no to my friends, because I was hesitant to say no to my friends at that time, where I would I started really caring about hey, this actually isn't right for the vibe. I know this is a totally weird video, but we're not going for we're not going for Trash Night in Boston, which was I don't know if it's still happening, but it was a fantastic night of weird shit. We're not going for that kind of found footage festival vibe or everything is terrible vibe. We're mostly going for the best thing you've ever seen on the internet vibe, the thing that you most want to share with people. And it took me a little while to really nail that down, where yes, Humanimals might be your favorite thing on the internet, but I got a lot of people watching these things, so maybe not. Maybe we're not going to watch a fox metahuman with a katana. Maybe we're not going to show that video. Excuse me. that took a little while for me to get that kind of rhythm. Your first exposure was through Giant Bomb. I'm a few hours away from New York City and never went to UCB. I mean, I would say if you like, I don't know what kind of shows you're going to see at the Asylum NYC, which is the current theater in the 26th and 8th Street, or 8th Avenue and 26th Street venue. That building is going to get torn down at some point soon. Like, the entire building is going to get brought to the ground, and they're going to build a high rise. So, like, I don't know. It's kind of still a historic little theater. It was one of the homes of the Roundabout Theater. The Jewish American Repertory Theater was there. The Maverick Theater, which showed a lot of cool gay plays, took place there. And then the owner of the Maverick Theater was like, I want out of my lease. And then the UCB moved in there on 26th and 8th for a number of years, and then eventually moved to a terrible venue in Hell's Kitchen that nobody wanted to go to. And a month into being there, the air conditioning broke in the new venue. It was bad. And there was an East Village location, which was pretty fun, too. But yeah, I got really off track there. But basically, I would probably do another 404ing it with like a live audience, like, you know, like a Twitch audience, that kind of thing. Again, not planning on going to PAX. I have no plans for PAX West. I have no plans for any PAX this year. I want to go and present like panels. I want to produce panels. Again, if any of my contacts and video game companies or I mean, mostly video game companies and comic book companies. If anybody of those people or I don't, you know, any of those things. If anybody approaches me with a job offer, I don't think that I can say no to that. But I would like it would have to be a good deal to justify. Like I said this, like if people were like, hey, you know, if you want to work in our booth for a day, we'll get you a pass. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Thank you, but no, thank you. But if people were like, hey, we're going to pay you a bunch of money to spend like a weekend. Hey, John just raided with a party of 2 viewers. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Welcome, Raiders. Happy to have you here. It's a Sunday night. I'm working on a model kit. I'm going to be playing some Hearthstone. I'm going to be watching some old All Japan Pro Wrestling matches. I never talked about the card. Yes, John. Well, this was a donation drive, a fundraiser, if you will. So I decided to do that outside of my normal streaming hours. So outside of the normal nights I stream, because it felt weird to me for all the people that continuously support me through streaming or just hanging out in chat. Through like Patreon or through Twitch or anything like that, subscribers, all that things. It felt weird to be like, hey, so this coming Monday, also give me money. So we're doing a bonus here on a Sunday night, just to kind of, differentiate. We are already smashed our goal, surpassed our goal, kicked our goal square in the teeth, and then pinned our goal 1, 2, 3. Could have done a 5 count on our goal, which is ridiculous and wonderful. And thank you very much, everybody. Let's see. What else? Is there other things? Oh, yeah. I never ran down the card. Our wrestling card tonight. That goal got messed up. Indeed, John. That goal that goal was like, I'm going to light my shoe on fire so I can do a flaming super kick. But then instead, my foot's going to go through the mat, a.k.a. the brand new version of pulling a Janela. Because that happened this weekend. Joey Janela done fucked up. Fascinating tale. The wrestling card that we'll be talking about later tonight is as follows. Speaking of wrestling, we will be looking at, from the year 1986, Tiger Mask 2 versus Yoshiaki Yatsu versus Tiger Mask 2. That happened in 1986 in Okazaki, Japan. And then we will be watching for the AJPW, the All Japan Pro Wrestling Triple Crown Championship, Vader versus Misawa on May 2nd, 1999, which was from the Giant Baba Memorial Show in Tokyo, Japan. Which is, that's going to be a great one. And then our third, we who knows how many of these we're going to watch. If we don't watch them tonight, I will watch them in the future. Hey, let's watch some old wrestling show. Zhuzian Thunder Liger versus Makoto Hashi on March 6, 2004 in Tokyo, Japan at the Nippon Budokan in front of 16,000 fans for the GHC Junior Heavyweight Championship, which is the GHC, which is 2004. So not the latest Zhuzian Thunder Liger, but like pretty late in Zhuzian Thunder Liger's career. How were these matches? I don't remember. I've only watched one of them all the way through in the past, which is, but I realized that, like, we haven't watched any Vader matches. We got to watch a fucking Vader match, so we got that. Those are the three matches that might come up tonight. We're going to do Hearthstone next. Got a little time left here on the model kit. Of course, I will be continuing this model kit on my normal stream time tomorrow, Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. I will be getting back into this kit here and continue where we left off. After this kit is done, I got a Boba Fett model kit to start building. It is a, 1/12 scale Boba Fett. I'll be interested to see how the weathering affects, if that's like plastic or like layering, how the weathering is going to look for Boba Fett, because his armor is pretty weathered. So I'm interested to see how that turns out. Lastbrick says, I was bummed to learn he doesn't keep the face gear on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. Vader just wore like that for intimidation. He doesn't necessarily wrestle in the straps, in the face straps. No. And I understand if that is a bummer. But I think he was just like, that was just his ring gear. You know, his to the ring gear. In the same way that when he got the Mastodon head, that was not, he was not going to wrestle in that. Love Vader though. Fantastic. So excited to, also, I would say the toughest man ever be named Leon. I gotta say, I don't know if there are any tougher men than Vader. Big Van Vader. With the actual real name of Leon. I don't know, some food for thought, my friends. I don't know if that's food for thought. Working on this leg here. Oh, I guess one thing I can do is, tomorrow I'm going to be talking a lot about anime. Leon Spinks, maybe. Spicy Mustard, that's a good point. Leon Spinks is also very tough. So, because I am going to, tomorrow I'm going to, because last night we didn't talk about anime at all on the stream, really. So we won't get to that. I'm going to talk to you about, I'm going to say manga here, but it's a manhwa. It's a South Korean comic. But as I continue working on this leg, I'm going to talk to you about Youngest Son of the Renowned Swordsmanship Clan, which is a manhwa that is not that old. Here's a weird thing. If you only read manga or you don't read any Asian comics by any stretch, a thing you might not know is that this is the wrong piece. Haha, wrong piece. We need number 4. It's this one. This one here. Got it. South Korean comics, manhwa, are they're in color and they're long form pages. You read them left to right, and nothing happens in them. Sometimes big things happen, but a lot of time nothing really happens like week to week, because it's on a week to week schedule with generally like a month off, and they're not always but often based on web novels or light novel stories, web comics, and they're tellings of that, but they're often like, oh boy, nothing really happened here. So when I say that this is a fairly new one, I mean like it doesn't have 50 chapters yet. Some of them don't go on forever, but many do. Like, the real meat and potatoes of like I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good example. I'm gonna look up a good example of like one that like how many chapters was in. Like, what's a good example for this? Solo Leveling ended at chapter 179, but also could have been even longer. Honestly, it honestly could have gone even longer. Side note: Solo Leveling is going to have an epilogue and some side chapters, and they're coming out later this year, which is interesting that that's even happening. Didn't expect that, but that was announced pretty recently. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you about the youngest son. Youngest son of the renowned swordsmanship clan is a manhwa, and it is kind of just really kicking off, but we got like the main idea of like what the fuck's going on with this particular story, and I think it's worth talking about because I think it's pretty fucking good so far. Gray pen, gray marker. All right, so basically, this clan that our main character is in is the family. It's the family clan. For generations, they're sword fighters. We learn later that they're opposed to magic because like they lost like this fight, and this is like their penance for it. That nobody does magic in this clan. Nobody fucking does magic in this. You're just a swordsman. Well, what happens if you're the youngest son and you suck at swordsmanship? You don't have any power. You have some knowledge, but it doesn't matter. You get picked on by your other brothers and sisters or ignored by them because getting power in this family is an absolute, and you've got to rank up. And it's not like, oh, the firstborn is going to take over the family. It's like, no, who's the strongest in this generation? And then eventually, you're so weak from sword fighting that you turn to magic, and just so you can feel like you have something you can contribute. And everybody hates that, and it sucks, and you're an outcast and all that. And then the main character ends up communing with a god. A god is like passing through the dimension, is like, oh, I really like your family. Actually, let's form a covenant because you possess your heart, your strength is something I'm looking for. And so I'll make a deal with you, and I'll give you access to. It's not magic, but it's powers. It's a shadow abilities, like shadow abilities. They're of my magic. And our dude is like, finally, my own strength to stand on. I'm gonna like be able to do this, and almost instantly he's fucking murdered. He's just killed. Explosion. He dies. Which is, it's some Yu Yu Hakusho level of like, all right, here's our main character doing a thing. Shit, dead. But because this is a manhwa, regression, time travel, back in time to his birth. He's reborn, and he's just like, oh shit. Good thing is, that covenant with that god, still happening. So now, not only does he have these shadow powers and his own strength and abilities, he also has all of his memories of like how the society works and what to say and what to do. He's got no problems with that. So this is a story of him like growing up and like dealing with all of this. Like it just left off with him like getting into some intense training. He's at the point now where he's already his like first week in like the academy that he's in. He's doing training that he never did in his previous life. One of his oldest sister, who like basically from birth was like, I don't want anything to do with this. I don't want to lead the family. That's fine. She apparently pitied him this whole time, or his previous life. But now that he's strong, she's like really interested in helping out her little brother, and he's really weirded out by that because she never showed interest in him before. And now also people that bullied him before are now considering him to be a challenge. Like he's running into stuff. Like he knew when he entered the school that he would be doing lackeys. Also, should mention, he's got a cat. That cat is a dragon in disguise. A dragon man who also like was friends with and is subordinate of that god, has been sealed and hidden away for many years, basically waiting for our main character, like for someone with the powers of our main character to show up. Because turns out the person that started the family, like the founder of this family, also received power from that god, whose name I can't remember. Sorry. So yeah, we haven't really seen him do a lot other than like be a cat or be a person, and like he's trying to like grow his powers back. But I think it'll come up. Also, not all Korean comics, but some tend to have like the cute sidekick animal character. I mean, anime does this too. But at least in this one, it is a very strong dragon man that is posing as a cat. So I'm not against it. Also, a lot of times they're like really useless, and this one at least is knowledgeable. So that's good. And he's got a maid that like followed him and is like fine and whatever, and she's just mostly there, and that's good. So she's also a battle maid, which for some people is the biggest selling point. And why did I wait this long to tell me that the maid like knows like martial arts and has like throwing knives? Like, why didn't I tell you that to begin with? Some of you are saying, which I understand. I get you. So she's in there. Overall, it's a good series so far. I'm looking forward to watching or reading more of it. Reading more of it. That once again is youngest son of the renowned swordsmanship clan. But yeah, and that's our manga Sunday, because I normally do this on Monday, but tomorrow I'll be talking about 5 anime episodes. So no manga talk tomorrow, and also tomorrow we'll be talking about the fallout of all of this, which is good. I'm glad we'll be able to. I'm going to panel line this before I put this piece on because I didn't on the other leg and it was annoying. But we're also probably going to wrap this leg up here, and I will do more of that on Monday. I'll keep going on this kit. The Boba Fett was bought off that I'll be building next was bought off my Amazon wish list, and that's always really nice to get something off the wish list because I just know what I'm building next, and I don't have to worry about like running a poll for my patrons, which I'm always like, so that way I don't have to worry about that. Let me just check this real quick. Got notifications coming through. Real good. Okay, and check that there. All right, gonna find my there. Sorry, just looking at, whoops, clicked the wrong thing. All right, about to, I'll hit reply. Okay. So yeah, that's going to do it for the model kit portion of our stream. But don't worry, there's more stream to come, obviously. We'll get into some Hearthstone in just a moment. This thing goes on there. Great. But what I want to do right now is, while I still have the overhead light for this part, I still want to take a photo of our progress for tonight, because it's always nice to take a progress photo. So we'll just do this. Always good to say, like, this is what I did tonight. I worked on the legs. Let me get my camera out here. Okay, great. Then put that stuff away. Put this stuff away. Go back to intro. And now I can turn this off. And I can turn my camera, my overhead camera off. Good. So I don't have to worry about that. Gotta go make dinner. Might be back if you're still going. Congrats. Big turnout. Big Tuna out. Yes. Thank you, Dustin, aka Big Tuna. Appreciate your support. Thank you so much for that, and enjoy that nickname. And thank you for everybody for being here in general, but also for hanging out. So the next portion of our stream, I gotta go and get rid of these things here. Is we're going to play some Hearthstone, or I'm going to play some Hearthstone, because I wanted this to be like a multifaceted stream thing. So that's the next thing. I'm going to tweet out, moving on to playing some Hearthstone. Oops. Gotta refresh my Twitter for some reason is really dragging, which means that I probably have to refresh the extension I use so that I don't see trends and other bullshit. All right, and then we'll just go edit this to Hearthstone. We'll do that because we're gonna jump into Hearthstone. So I'm gonna hit play here. Launch Hearthstone using the HS Replay deck tracker for this. I'll talk about basically I'm going to talk about a deck and then we'll play it a bit and then I'll talk about the next deck. Often here we go. I have made the mistake in the past of just talking about all the decks I want to play and at the top, and so instead I'm just going to pick a deck, talk about that deck, and then play it for a bit and then move on to the next one. Let's start in Wild with Smokester. Actually, I should just look at this deck first before we get into it. So we'll go in here and we'll look at Smokester. I'm going to turn my sound down a bit here. Let me know if audio is weird during this thing. So what does Smokester do? Smokester is a scam deck. You scam wins by playing it. That's what scam in this context refers to. The basic idea is we are going to cheat out. We're looking for 2 cards in our hand. We're looking for Trickster. Swift Scale Trickster allows us to, the very next spell we play costs 0 mana. So we're going to play that the same turn that we play Smokescreen, which is draw 5 cards, trigger any death rattles that are drawn. Most of our deck is death rattles, big death rattles that like are lower cost here that like summon a 5/8 with taunt or a 7/7 with taunt or do 8 damage to a random enemy or summon an 8 cost minion for a recruit from our deck, summon a 7 cost minion. Gain 8 armor. Give us a 7/5 with stealth. Various things. We have some lower cost. Then we have like Piper, which is supposed to help draw our Trickster. We have Swindle, which will help hopefully draw our Smokescreen. And then we have one card that like could theoretically help us, which is Anka the Buried, which changes each death rattle in our hand to a minion that costs 1/1. It's a 1/1 that costs 1. So that's if we can't find our other stuff. At least we can then play a bunch of 1/1s for 1 that still have really cool effects. Then it's a 1/1 that when it dies, it does 8 damage to a random enemy. Or it summons a 7/7 with taunt. So this is a scam deck. When this deck works, it fucking rules. When it doesn't work, I feel bad. And sometimes it works as intended and you still lose. Because otherwise everyone will be playing it. So it's got to have some downsides. And it does have downsides. Mostly you end up with a full hand and you just can't do anything. Which has happened to me numerous times. So we're going to start with Smokester. It's a wild deck. It wouldn't work in standard. I don't think one of these cards even works standard. Basically, this deck arrived because there's that new card, the Trickster, is new, so that allows it to be played. So we'll see. All right, we're playing a priest. None of these cards are the card we want, so we are going to go ahead and we're going to mulligan all of them, and we're going to hope that we get... Okay, we drew a smoke screen. We did not draw a Piper or a Trickster. We want a Trickster. We need a Trickster to work. A Piper will help us hopefully draw a Trickster, or it'll draw another Piper, which will then definitely draw a Trickster. Same thing with Swindle. If Swindle draws a Swindle, the next Swindle draws a Smokescreen. We don't need this. We don't need another spell, so we're definitely not going to play that. It's just going to be in our hand. This is, to us, pretty much a dead card. This is also, like, it's good. Okay, so they have Silence. Obviously, that's bad for our deck, because then we won't get the Death Rattle effects out, but it does mean that we could theoretically still have big minions on the board. So we're just going to... We're not doing anything right now. We really need to top deck a Trickster or a Piper. Those are the two cards we're looking for. An Anka could be okay, but and a Mothership we can play later. We're not even at swinging with our weapon because then they just heal. We are in a bit of a race against time because our opponent can pop off fairly soon, probably. Luckily, them using their tradable is good for us because it means that they hopefully won't have it later. Again, this would be the perfect time to play that card. We could play Swindle just to thin our deck a bit, and I think we're going to do that. We pull the other Smokescreen. It does mean that there's one less card that we don't want to pull, because right now we're looking for really one of two cards, but 2 of 4 cards, we'd love to get. And we have 22 cards in there, so our odds are not great. Most likely what's going to happen is when we do get to play that card, we're just going to like burn some cards. We'll play this. If our opponent silences it, it just becomes a 1/1, which obviously isn't great, but then our opponent is wasting the silence effect on that and not our other cards. So that would be great. Okay. Now we're in a bit of trouble here. We can clear that. Our opponent's now going to have some armor. Now they have this in their death pool. We could have, and probably should have swung into this first to make a 5/8. That's a misplay on my part. That's not the deck going wrong. That's me fucking up. Is that this 1/1 I should have swung in first to make it a 5/8 into the 5/5. I fucked that up. What am I going to do? Sometimes you fuck up. And again, like I said, this deck is a scam deck. You scam wins with it, but also it's not a guarantee. It's not a broken deck. It's not a meta deck. It's a goofy deck that I like, but it is a goofy deck. Okay. Theoretically, that will be good for us. Yep, that's good. Now we got a 2/1 and a 5/8. I'll take that. Okay, that's not good. What do we want to play here? Let's play this so at least we get one of... Because we have 4 8-drops in our deck, so at least we can maybe get something out of there. Again, we are also hoping that our opponent will silence something. I swung there just why not? But if our opponent's going to silence anything, making that just a regular 3-drop, I don't mind that. Now they have an 8/8. They're going to get 8 armor. Yes, we are not winning this game. I would like to at least... We are at least going to do the thing this deck is supposed to do. It's not free. Costs too much mana, but we're still going to do the thing. We're going to trade in here to get our 8-drop out. And then we're still just going to play this card. Okay. Well, that's not great. And it's too full. We burn some cards. We're going to burn a card next turn. We're going to concede. We didn't win this. But now you can see that was kind of cool for 8 mana. We did get a 7/7 and a 3/3 that would pull in an 8-drop and a 7/5. And it's not perfect. Let's run that back. Let's see if we can pull off the combo. I'm going to drink a little water because I haven't been drinking my water. Come on. Nice thing is, Sunday night, we're going to get some games in. I'm not going to be waiting, which is good. All right. What we got? Okay. We are going to keep Swindle because we can play that on turn 2 and hopefully draw our smoke screen or another Swindle. So we definitely draw that. Okay. I don't mind having these in the hands. I am hoping... Okay. So, yeah. Our opponent is going to be doing some big Cthulhu stuff. Our opponent's going to have a lot of armor in this game. Like a whole lot of armor. So I would love to end this quick. Also, they're going to have they're going to have stuff to kind of counter our board. They might even be able to clear our board numerous times. Okay, so we got Smokescreen, so we don't need to play Swindle. Now we're looking for, again, Trickster and Piper. We need Trickster or Piper, or those two are the things that we're definitely looking for. I would love to get one successful game of this deck before we switch to Big Sham, my other complete nonsense deck, my other scam deck. So I'm hoping we top deck one of those cards we need in this next 2 turns maybe, or pull Anka. I would take Anka at this point, but you can see how this deck can be really fun, but also very frustrating. And in this case, just frustrating. There we go. Here's Trickster. Right on turn 4. The earliest we can do it with this version of the deck, unless we went second and hit the coin, but whatever. Playing Trickster. Our next spell is free. We could play Swindle, but we're not going to do that. We're going to play Smokescreen. What do we pull? Okay, we got a 7/5 with Stealth. We got an 8-drop. We got a 6/6. We got a 7/7. We pulled this, and we pulled their 1/1. So we did this, which each player summons the lowest cost minion from their hand, so we disrupted their turn. There are other cards that could have been better for us. We're going to leave a 5/4 as it is. And that also means, it thins our deck thins our hand a little bit. So that was turn 4. We ended up with a 7/5, an 8/8, where when it's a dice, we get 8 armor, a 6/6, a 7/7, and a 5/4. And they played Poison Seeds, which is the counter that we were expecting them to play. And of course, that fucking sucks. It 100% totally and unbelievably sucks that we just did this incredibly powerful turn and they had the counter for it. They had the unbelievably good counter for it. And we're also, if we played this, we would then draw a spell. We're still going to burn our next card because we can't play any cards because our board is locked. Even if we had the mana for our 6-drops, we couldn't. Yeah. So now our opponent hopefully will clear. And hopefully we are not about to burn Anka, which would be the next great card for us to get. Would be Anka, the Buried. And of course they also had Guff, because why wouldn't they have Guff? Why wouldn't they have the Mana Machine and more armor? Yeah, why wouldn't they have it? Be silly if they didn't. Okay, and they're restoring some health. Okay. And of course, they didn't play a minion for us to trade into. Oh, they are going to clear a minion for us. That's nice. That's nice of them. So now we can play. Mothership would have been good. I'm going to play this because it's a 5/5, and it will draw a 2/2, which is something. And it also will hopefully, maybe mess them up. It might mess them up. Or might be worth it enough to cause them to have to use the other Poison Seeds. It's not looking great for us because our opponent can get, even though they don't have 12 health, they can get a lot of armor very fast. They're drawing, which is good. It's great that our opponent doesn't have all of the answers right now. You love to see that. But we'll see what happens here. Yikes. Yikes. Discovery. Again, right now we can't play any cards that we have in our hand. Okay, there you go. There's our armor gain. And there is not a clear, but damage. So we're gonna we're once again unfortunately going to burn a card, but we are gonna do a bunch of damage. This is not, again, this is not how I was expecting this necessarily to go. Usually it either goes really bad or really good. It rarely means that I might just win this next turn. They might just concede, but they also might put up a bunch of 1/5s. We'll see. Okay, what are you doing here? Gonna do a big board clear? No. Gonna gain a bunch of armor. They just gained 16 armor with 2 cards. Okay, gonna draw another card. At the very least, they're not... Okay, discover a card. Great, 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 great. They haven't played any of their Cthulhu cards yet, which is good for us. But, you know, not great. Okay, that would have been nice. We're back again where we can't really do anything. Can't really play any cards. We're just doing a bunch of damage here. And we did win. So, we did win despite our opponent countering because they ran out of... they just ran out of ways to deal with our board. So even though it wasn't the coolest game, it was a win, and I will take a win. And the game crashed. That's fun. A win is a win. You're right, Aristophan. Hey, this is the second time today that my game just crashed after I won. It happened, yeah, also happened this afternoon. So that's fun. It's been feeling a little unstable lately after the latest update. I'm hoping for a flash update soon. There was a flash update since the last big update, but yeah, kind of annoying. You saw my desktop and my folders and the wrestling videos we're going to watch later. How dare I? All right, this. Okay, so this time around, we got a Trickster. We got a Piper, which we don't need because we have the Trickster. Piper draws the lowest cost minion from our deck, which is either another Piper or one of the Tricksters. So we don't need any of these. Now we are hunting for Smokescreen would be the best. But Swindle would be okay because it means that we get a Smokescreen or another Swindle, which means we definitely get a Smokescreen because they can draw themselves. We did get another Piper, which is kind of a dead card anyway. We can coin Trickster on turn 3 if we top deck a Smokescreen and play it as early as possible with this. Some people who play this deck run coin. It's a 0 cost. It's just a counterfeit coin that Rogue has. So you could cheat it out even earlier, but we don't run that in this because I don't think it's clean to have. So right now we are hoping within the next 2 draws we top deck Smokescreen, or next turn top deck Swindle. We didn't. We're just getting that, so we will just do this. I assume we are playing because we're not playing a Quest Pirate warrior, so I'm assuming we're playing a Control warrior, which is not necessarily great for us because they will have... We'll just have to keep building big boards, basically. Okay, yeah, they got taunts. Okay, so we're doing a Control-y. All right, we did not get any cards that we need here. We are looking for... Swindle or Smokescreen. We got neither of those. So we're just going to keep going. And hopefully next turn, we'll top deck one of the cards that we need. And not draw. Okay. Yeah. All right, taunts. But not Quest Taunt, which is fine. Okay. We just can't seem to get a card we need. We also didn't draw any of our 5 drops, which we could coin. I'm going to play this Piper to thin our deck a little bit. And I'm also going to waste the coin. And I hate, because next turn I could just coin a Bloodhoof, but like, I'd rather have a little like lightness in our hand. So I'm hoping we top deck Smokescreen next turn. Or get one of our 3/5 drops. I mean, if we got Anka, I mean, I would be a little mad about dropping the coin, but... I mean, our opponent's going to have some big taunts for us to get through. This isn't going to be easy if we pull this off. If we get on turn 3 pulled off the combo, then we would be okay. Can't even, like... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We play this, I still have 9. This is just thinning our deck. So we thinned our deck. We're going to concede if we don't top deck Smokescreen next turn. If we get Swindle, I'll play Swindle. But right now, our hand is so big that we can't play any card. We're not going to draw many cards anyway. Okay, we can play Anka, and we can play one of these cards. So we're going to play Anka. And we're going to play this, which is a 1/1, that will then give us a 7/7. Is this a good plan? No. Is it what we're doing? Yes. We're still going to try to make this combo work. This will be the last game for this deck anyway, but they shouldn't have a silence. They could have a silence. Shouldn't. Be weird. They're most likely just going to trade into the 7/7. Yeah. Okay. Alright, we saved a lot of health there. Wow, can't fucking pull this shit off. And none of these are taunts. Yeah, this is, I mean, we'll just do it. We're just going to play a bunch of shit here. Trade into that. Might as well just play it. We'll pull one of our 2/2s here when if and when this dies. But, you know, some stuff will come out of this if it gets cleared, so we'll go for it. And then if we top deck Smokescreen, we can play Smokescreen next turn. Although we'll have some board here. You know. Our opponent could just go face for 9. They probably should just go face for 9 and make me trade. But who knows? Yeah, make me do the trades. Smart. Didn't even get it this turn. We're going to do this one first so that we can do 8 to something. We went 8 to face, kind of actually the worst, but whatever. We're going to play this to pull out one of their taunts before they can buff it. And they don't get any advantage of that. We're going to play this. And then we're just going to make some friends. We're going to do this here. Ooh, Rush. Frenzy. Transform into a 6/7 with taunt, which is awesome. Check this shit out. Boom. Now we got another taunt. And we'll do this just to give us some 7/5s with shield. Did I play that hand perfectly? This particular round perfectly? No. Did I still end up with a lot of cool shit on the board? Yes. And I'll have room for when I pull my Smokescreen to pull out some of our other cards, although I don't have room on the board for it. The problem of, you know, a lot of stuff on the board. Getting that 2/6 out there is actually going to be pretty helpful because they were 2 turns away from that being good for them. So right now I can clear the board pretty easy their side of the board pretty easy. Come on. What do you got? Okay, getting yours. That's not a taunt. It is giving them armor. Okay. All right. Yeah. Get rid of that. Sure. And then you're gonna. Okay. Take a little heat off the board. All right. I don't hate that. Again, we didn't pull any of our cards that we wanted, but we are going to put an 8/8 out there, which is cool. So we'll do that. And we are going to trade with this. We're going to do damage with this. And then we're going to have another taunt. And why not? We obviously have lethal on the board. Our opponent can certainly make more armor and possibly clear us, but we're going to win. We hopefully will win with our backup strategy, which was, of course, Anka. Not our main strategy, which is Smokescreen. Don't love Troublemaker, but not the worst thing in the world. We still theoretically have lethal here. It's a possibility we don't. Hooray! We have lethal! We have more than lethal! And that's why Anka's in the deck, because Anka turned the game around for us. Gave us a bunch of cool shit to do. And we won 2 games with it. And we did it. The game didn't crash. Great. Alright, so now I'm going to talk to you about another deck that we're going to be playing tonight. With 2 wins and 1 loss, I feel pretty good about Smokester. Let's talk about another wild deck, another scam deck named Big Sham. It's a Shaman deck. This deck has it has 2 ways of putting some big minions on the board. You may notice that I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minions in this deck, and they're 4 are 10 drops, and then a 7 drop, which is a colossal that does things. And then you have Ancestor's Call, where you put a random minion from each player's hand into the battlefield, or Eureka, which is a copy of a random minion from your hand to the battlefield. We also have a Lightning Bloom, which gives us 2 extra mana. We have Overdraft, which trades and unlocks our overloaded cards. We have Scalding Geyser, which deals 2 damage, and Dredges. Dredges is a new mechanic where you look at the bottom 3 cards in your deck and move one of them to the top. Glug basically gives you a bunch of 2 drops with taunt, 2/2s with taunt, and anytime any of your minions die, all of their stats go on to Glug. So we also have Reincarnate, because what you can do is cheat out a 10/10 Yashiraj, which then can pull out your Glug, and then swing for 10, and then give all of the stats to Glug with Reincarnate, and then you still have a 10/10. So this is even a bigger scam deck when it works. Now, sometimes it doesn't. I should also say I have this 10/10 Taunt Living Monument. This is not the preferred card for this deck. There is a 10/10, I believe it's a neutral card that people use that I don't have, that is preferable for this deck, but I didn't go for it. Where is it? It's not there. No, it's not that one. It's not that one. I don't know if I can find it, but whatever. There's a 10/10 that people would rather play in this deck that I don't have. Oh, here it is. Colossus of the Moon, which has Divine Shield and is reborn. Because if you take rid of that and you restore it to full health, then you also get a 10/1 with Divine Shield on the board as well. But that's a legendary I just never wanted, so I don't have it, so I don't play that. So instead, I went with a 10/10 Living Monument because the stats are good. It's got taunt. I went with that. There's something else I could probably put in there. Instead, I thought about a few other cards that could go into that. That would be fun to pull out, like either fun to cheat out or fun to pull out with Eureka or Lightning Loom or Yashiraj. Where's that 8-drop that I like, that I've thought about putting in? I mean, you know, Ragnaros, that could be okay. Twin Tyrant you wouldn't want. It would just be battle cards. Yeah, I mean, there's a few cards in here that would be good for that. Oh, yeah. Lokalar, the Ice Lord, is a Rush Wind Fury 8/8. That could be nice to have. In fact, let's try that. Let me swatch out Living... Hey, we're doing some tech testing here because pulling out a Rush card at the end doesn't really help. Cheating out a Rush card can be really good. And then also, if you have Reincarnate, after you've swung it twice, you bring it back to life, it has Rush again. So let's try that out. Yeah, instead of Living Monument. Taunts are nice, but we got some other taunts in there. All right, so we're going to give Big Sham a try here. I've had more success with this deck than the Rogue deck, but people don't expect that Rogue deck, so I do like playing that. Also, I do have copies of Wind Chill in here for draw. This deck has some pretty good draw in it, but this is not a freeze Shaman deck. I just happen to use that one card. Half the time I'm freezing my own minions. All right, so we have Dredge, which we're going to keep. We are not going to keep Lightning Bloom. Now, this might come back to bite me in the ass. But we're not going to keep Lightning Bloom because we don't have Eureka or Ancestors Call, and we don't have any minions. This is a deck where we need minions in our hand. It doesn't work with that. Okay, so partially sad because we did get Eureka, but we do have ways of getting cards in our hands. We need a minion. Like, it doesn't matter if turn 5 if we can't. So let's save that because we can dredge later. Let's do Overload. We don't really need that, but whatever. This way, I don't want to give up 2 damage just to hit in face because our opponent probably is going to have a bunch of minions with Divine Shields and Taunts. Maybe not, but probably. So, all right. Devolve could be helpful if our opponent, depending on our opponent's deck. These are kind of dead right now. Let's just get rid of that minion. All right, this is the bottom of our deck. Yashiraj, Lokalar, and Devolve. We want Yashiraj to come out next because on turn 5, we can coin Yashiraj, or coin Eureka and pull Yashiraj out. So that's great. And in the case of having Yashiraj, we don't want other minions in our hands because we don't want to accidentally pull that instead. So now we have Yashiraj out. Our opponent is buffing their hand, so having Devolve will be good. We don't want to play anything. This will be the turn to play Lightning Storm because on turn 5 we don't want to be overloaded. We're just gonna, create a totem, move on. So right now we're waiting for turn 5. We can Devolve next turn if we need to. Devolve will be pretty good because it's going to make these 3/4s 1-drops. That takes a really long time to do all that. Lightning Storm could also work, not really here, but in another instance. But next turn, we're going to coin, play Eureka. We're hoping that next turn we don't draw a different... we know that Lokalar is in the bottom of our deck, which is good. We hopefully won't draw any of our Colossus or Glug because we'd rather pull that out of our hand. So we're just going to Devolve this. And that's great. I don't like that there's a taunt there, but... it's still better than having all of those stats on the board. It slows down our opponent. Oh, Harold, welcome, Harold. Happy to have you here, checking that out. We are at way above our goal, but that is the donate button there, if that's something you'd like to do. All right, folks. We didn't draw a minion, so now I'm going to show you how this deck works. Coin. Eureka. We just put a copy of a 10/10 on our board. And then we're going to pull a 7/7 with Taunt. And when it dies, another 7/7 shows up. That's how that goes. Our opponent is continuing to buff their hands. They've got a big board, which we don't love, but we also have 17 on the field, and we can also clear a lot of our opponent's shit. We can reduce the cost of a spell here by healing. We're going to wait on healing. We're going to wait on reincarnating any of this until these take some damage. Instead, we're going to do this. Do some damage. And basically, we're going to have very little mana next turn. But our opponent doesn't have a board. And we also could pull the card that clears our... we can always freeze if we need to. Now we got our other Colossus because our 10/10 still keeps drawing things. It's not one turn. It's every turn. It's a 10 drop that we played on turn 5. Scams. Our opponent's going to heal some. That's cool. They did get the heal. It's not enough, but they did get the heal. Turn 7. We won on turn 7. It's a scam deck, my friends. It's a bit more consistent than the Rogue one. Our opponent had some options. I mean, look, our opponent has ways of making a 10/10 turn into a 10/1 and then clearing it. Oh, what we got going on here? I did get that notification. Oh, I'm getting raided. Skeleton just raided with a party of 18. Welcome, Skeleton. Welcome, Raiders. We just wrapped up a game of Hearthstone there, so it's perfect time for me to come here. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the old Bill with Bear bonus stream. It's a Sunday night. Tonight I was playing. I'm playing some Hearthstone right now. I worked on a model kit for about an hour and change. I'm going to be watching some old wrestling from All Japan Pro Wrestling. It's a variety stream tonight because I am, or I still am, I guess, raising some funds to pay for a dental surgery that took place this week. We smashed our goal. We tombstone pile drived our goal. We did 30 to the face, Hearthstone parlance to our goal. Yeah, so we completely decimated that goal, which is lovely. So now it's just low pressure, not worried, chill times. I was working on the White Rider model kit, which I will continue tomorrow on my normal Monday night build streams, which is a fun kit. It's from a video game that I have not played for the PlayStation 4 and 5, Code Fairy. I have not played that game, but the model kit is fucking cool as hell. So we worked on that for like an hour and continue to work on that. And then we've been playing some Hearthstone here, and we're going to get back to that in a minute or two. And then I'm going to watch some old wrestling. I decided to variety it instead of just doing on one of my normal streams, which is model kit building, or one of my regular bonus streams on a Wednesday, to hopefully just like... And also I had said I would stream later than I normally do, which is usually just like 2 hours of model kit building, because after 2 hours, I get bad at model kit building. So I will be going over 2 hours tonight. We started an hour and 44 minutes ago. So now that I've caught everybody up, give me hey, if you came in on Tom's raid, thank you very much. Skeleton also took part in the Plastic Model Weekender. Go ahead and hit the follow button if you like model kit building streams with occasional weird streams that aren't that. Like, maybe you didn't expect to go hang out and watch me play Hearthstone tonight, but you're here, and I appreciate you being here. Also, we hit our goal, which means that I don't have to ask you, people who are not folks that know me, to donate any money to help me pay for my dental bill. So I appreciate that. Let's get back into the game. Boop, boop, boop. We're playing Hearthstone. We're playing we're playing a deck that I call Big Sham, because it's a scam deck. Harold hit the donate thing. Appreciate that, Harold. Also, if you haven't set up your Twitch with Stream Elements, you might need to refresh the page or something. People were talking about how it was a little annoying to do that. I went with Stream Elements because I use Stream Elements, and I also, as an alternative to Streamlabs, but I haven't used that for donations or anything before. All right, so we got Ancestor's Call, which we want, and we Scalding Geyser we can play on turn 1. So we're going to keep that. Bracing Cold we don't need. We don't need Draw right now. We might need Draw because we don't have a minion yet. Again, we only have 5 minions in our deck, but with Scalding Geyser, we can hopefully pull one of those minions to the top, and maybe on turn 3, we can play Ancestor's Call. We have Lightning Bloom, so if we top deck a minion, we can do this on our first turn. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Harold. Oh, we're playing Pirate Warrior, and I would really like to decimate Pirate Warrior, so let's dredge and hope that we pull a minion. We did. We're going to pull Glug. So next turn, we are going to play Lightning Bloom, Ancestor's Call, Glug. And it's going to be good. I'm sorry that you're having trouble, Harold. But yeah, I think there was something about like refreshing. I can't remember. If somebody that was dealing with that can mention that in the chat, I would appreciate it. So we're going to save our coin because we can always use that later. Our opponent's going to pull a minion from their deck, which means they don't get progress on their. Let's see. What minion do they pull? Yeah, so now they don't get to do 2 damage if they had a weapon equipped, and they don't get it on their Raid the Docks, their quest. And if they clear these 2/2s before they clear this 3/5, then this 3/5 gets those stats. Now, should I have pulled the 7/7 that also leads to 7/7? Probably. I probably should have. But I thought it would be more fun to pull Glug, because Glug rules. After linking Twitch to Stream Elements, you'll want to close the browser tab or window and start the tipping process again from scratch. Our opponent just conceded. Y'all, first off, thank you very much for that pro tip. I appreciate it. I guess I should have told people to set up Stream Elements ahead of time, my regulars, but I didn't, and that's okay. Also, we just got Quest Pirate Warrior to concede on turn 3. Pirate Warrior was like, I'm out. I'm not dealing with this. That feels so fucking good. Now we just need to beat Pirate Rogue, and I'll feel like invincible. People playing Pirate Rogue in Standard more than Wild, but whatever. So we just won 2 big shams in a row. So who knows this third game, but I'm already feeling better about it. This deck does maybe feel a little dirty. It feels a little like about it. Okay, we're speaking of which, Rogue. Now this could also be Wild Test Rogue. Could be Plunder Rogue. So we'll see. All right, so we want to keep it in Sister's Call, and we want to draw or mulligan for hopefully a minion that we can play on turn 4. We got it. We also got Yashiraj, and we also got Lightning Bloom. This is the dream, because now any card we pull out with Yashiraj next turn is going to be great, and there exists the possibility that it will be Glug, or a 7/7 that draws a set with Taunt, a 7/7 with Taunt, or even, Divine Shield 8/8 with Rush and Wind Fury. All right, so that's not this deck. This is Pirate. This is most likely Pirate Weapon Rogue. Harold just tipped $13.33, saying, "I think I got it." So first we'll do. Thank you very much, Harold, for your generous donation. We're about to just do this. And our opponent, yes. Hey, they put a 1/1 in. Harold wants me to ring the bell, and I will. Thank you very much, Harold, for that generous donation. We got a 7/7 with Taunt. I got to update our total here to 930. 3.37. So now we have a 10/10 that's going to draw another minion out of our deck, and a 7/7. This is the dream. I talked about that in the Evolve deck, how there's like the dream that you can pull. We are now living the dream with this deck. This is the best this deck can do. And our opponent most likely just rage quit. They just close the app on their phone or hit escape quit on their desktop. I will catch you later, Harold. They did not quit. They're trying to play something. They're prepping raiding party. Now, I should also say, I keep saying I should say, there exists a possibility for me to feel bad about this deck, not against this deck that I'm playing right now. And they conceded. I don't feel bad about Pirate Rogue. I have lost to Pirate Rogue on turn 4. I do not feel bad about that. If my opponent was playing a cool deck, like an interesting, fun deck, that, like, if they were playing, like I said, Tess Rogue, then I'd be like, well, I kind of feel bad about that. But I don't. Also, Harold, if you're still here, I got to give you a nickname, and I will write this down so that I can give this nickname to you later. If you're not still here, I'm going to give you the nickname, the Counselor. You got the nickname The Counselor, and I'm going to write that down, that Harold's nickname, The Counselor. So that way, I can tell you that if you're not still here, which I don't think you are, I can tell you that on Monday, tomorrow, or the next time you're here on the stream. So thanks, Harold, aka The Counselor. We also ranked up. Check that out. Now I got more rewards at the end of the season. Get platinum. Let's play this deck one more time because it's nice getting wins. And then we're going to go into standard. This has been wild. Where any card that's ever come out in Hearthstone that isn't banned in Wild or has been like, they've got a Hall of Fame. It's been Hall of Fame. But basically, almost every card that's ever come out in Hearthstone is available. We're going to standard, which is just the last year of packs, expansions, and substandard cards that don't rotate. But everything that is rotated and all new cards are available in the other version. Okay. So we got Yashiraj. We're going to keep Yashiraj. Farsight is a good draw, but we have other draw. We're going to look to see if we can instead mulligan for what Ancestor's Call or Eureka. We got both. We did not get any way to cheat this, so the soonest we can play it is on turn 3, which is still very early. So that's good. If we take a bunch of damage, we can always get health. We can always heal ourselves if we're not damaged just to reduce these cards. But I think that's fine. They didn't play a minion, so we can't freeze it. We could always do that next turn. Right now, the plan is on turn 3, we're going to play Ancestor's Call, put a 10-10 on the board, and then we're off to the races, basically. Especially if our opponent is playing hand buff, like we can disrupt them pretty well by pulling one of their minions. Also, maybe just on turn 2, they'll just play Dirty Rat and 2/6 with Taunt and pull our 10-10. Which I have played this deck and people have done that. And instead they're not. They're dredging. They're looking at the bottom of their deck. And they're going to pull something out next turn. We could freeze this and we could draw a card. But here's the thing. I want to play this next turn. I don't want to play another minion because we have other minions. I want to pull those minions out. So we are going to just chill here. We're not going to draw. We got the taunt, which is good. We're just going to hang out here. All right, they got Noitron. All right. Still should be fine. Lightning Bloom, which is great. We don't need it, but we can always, if we pull another minion out of our deck, we can always Lightning Bloom Eureka later. Because our opponent could have a way to deal with this 10-10 that's going to pull something out of their deck, that's awesome. Now they didn't reduce the cost of their mechs because this is Mech Paladin. What are we going to pull? All right, we got a 10-10 Colossus, or 7-7. Okay, Colossus is all right. I kind of want Glug. We haven't pulled Lockalar yet, and I love it when we pull Glug. But now we can search for Glug to play with Eureka. Here we go. Our opponent just buffed one of their minions a lot. And if they can... Now, they can't do anything about Yasiraj. And we also have... if we pull Reincarnate, we can... We didn't pull Reincarnate. If we pull Reincarnate, we could then make this back to normal. Let's see. Let's draw to see if we can get Reincarnate. Nope, we got that. We did get Ancestor's Call, so we can pull a 10-10 or an 8-8. So we're going to do that. Next turn, we won't have much mana, but this will still pull... Ooh, hey, there you go. So, let's see. We still want to keep this as a 1-1, because that way we're going to pull more friends out of our deck. So we're going to do this. And then we're going to do that. And we're going to do that. And then we're just going to do one to their face. And either card that gets pulled out of this is a taunt. And it's Glug. So now, if our opponent clears this, Glug gets bigger. Opponent clears these, Glug gets bigger. We get a Reincarnate, Glug gets bigger. Our opponent is healing. They don't really need to heal with that. But they still are going to make our Glug bigger. We got Reincarnate. We got Reincarnate. We got Reincarnate. So check this shit out. Pop that. Make Glug bigger. We don't have enough mana to reincarnate our 1-1. I just realized we don't have enough mana. So instead, we're going to do this. Freeze it. Get out of here. Draw a card. Also, let's make Glug bigger. We're now, because we also know that we're getting a 7-7. We now have no more minions. Our Eurekas don't mean anything. If our board gets cleared here, we just concede. Okay. Okay. What you gonna do? Whoa, whoa. Okay, they're gonna make it even bigger. They're going to heal a lot here. We gotta do 16 damage to that. Here's what we're gonna do. We could get rid of this. We are instead gonna do this. Oh, we got it. We just made it a 2-3. We just made it a 2-3, and then we're gonna get rid of it. Because you can also do that, friends. You can also... Okay, and they're just going to concede. You can also, with reincarnate their buffed friend. Instead of getting rid of our 1-1 and making it 10-10 again, we could just do that. I really like this deck. I'm almost giggling about this thing. All right. Even though I've been winning a bunch, we're going to jump in to Standard. We're going to switch over to Standard here. There are several modes here in Hearthstone. You got your Casual, where rank doesn't matter, which is for both Wild and Standard. If you have Wild cards in your deck, they match you with Wild people. We got Wild. GG, don't play Hearthstone, right? I understand, Spicy Mustard. Yes, it should be said. We can go here to this. This is a game that I play every day because it is good for my mental health to get some cards in. I play Hearthstone. I buy the season pass every big expansion because I like unlocking things. I don't necessarily buy card packs. I haven't in a very long time. I can't say you should go out there and get into Hearthstone. Activision, Blizzard, Activision as a whole, Blizzard as an entity, speak for themselves in how they treat people, how they've treated people in the past, how they will be treating people in the present and in the future, people that work for them. It is not something that I can, I don't endorse them. The game itself, I've been playing for many years. I make that choice. If you're not playing Hearthstone, if you're not going to be picking up Overwatch 2, I understand. I get that. If the Diablo thing, it's not your thing, I get it. I understand it. I don't regularly play the game. This is only the second time this year that I've streamed it, but I do take some satisfaction in playing Hearthstone on a personal level. We are going to move on to watching some wrestling, but I did want to show. I did want to do one standard game, or at least a couple games in standard. Show off one standard deck called From the Fires. This is not a good standard deck, but we are going to get to wrestling in a bit because it's been about an hour of Hearthstone. So From the Fires, this is not a good deck. It's a standard deck. Here's what you try to do. The main card that we want to play is Fires of Zin Azhari. You replace your deck, every card in your deck, not your hand, just every card in your deck, with minions that cost 5 or more. They cost 5. So, every card in your deck suddenly becomes a minion. It could be a 5-drop, a 6-drop, all the way up to a 10-drop or a 20-drop. It's going to cost 5. Because like a Naga Giant, I think, is the only 20-drop in the standard. But anyway, any minion costs 5. Now, this pairs well with, if it's in your hand, From the Depths, which is why I call this From the Fires, which reduces the cost of the bottom 5 cards in your deck and then dredge by 3. So your 5-drops that could be a 10-drop that costs 5 now cost 2, and you pull up one of them. So there's some other ways you can do it. You can play Sir Finley, which swaps them, so you get your 5-drops out that you've maybe reduced the cost of, or just regular cards you reduce the cost of. Trident puts something in the bottom of your deck, which which is still good to have in there. It also adds another card. Smith pulls either a minion or weapon because you're dredging, so that can get you what you need, or at least get you on your way. And it's just got some good draw in there. Ambassador Phelan puts more cards in your deck, which you also could play by putting Colossus in your deck. You could put them in your deck and then play From the Depths to pull one out of the bottom of your deck. It's got a lot of synergies. It's got some armor gain and a few other things. It's not a good deck at all, but I do like playing it. So we're going to give at least one game of From the Fires. I'm not going to play the new test deck. I need to tweak it. It is missing a couple cards that I need dust to be able to craft. So that deck isn't perfect, but I do love test decks. And they made test cheaper, and they made some other cards that go with the deck cheaper because they want people to play less pirate rogue and more other rogue, and I think that's fine. All right, we're playing Warlock. Maybe Curse Warlock, Abyssal Curse Warlock. I don't know, could be. We're going to hard mulligan because we didn't get anything we want. If we had some stuff that we like, I would keep Guard of the City because it's just gain 3 armor, have a 2/3 with taunt. It's just a fucking very good card, early game card, but we don't have that. So we're hard mulliganing for something that we want. We got another Guard of the City. Can't escape it. We can trade this on turn 1. We did get From the Depths, which is great. We don't want to play From the Depths until we play... we really don't want to play that until we maybe reduced or changed everything, I should say, with the Fires. But if we don't get the Fires, then we can still do it on curve and just make the bottom of our deck cheaper and pull one out. Our opponent still hasn't done anything yet, which is fine. We'll just play this, get some armor. I mean, a 2/3 with taunt and 3 armor for 2 instead of just armor up. Like, that's a great deal. It's maybe, again, they're not going to, I don't think, like, enough warriors are going to be playing that card for it to deserve a nerf, but It maybe should cost 3 mana. Okay. Oh, we're playing Murloc. We're playing yeah, Murloc Warlock. Yikes. This could get bad for us pretty quick. We're gonna equip a weapon. We're just gonna do some damage. We're not gonna clear this. This is a Murloc, so it could get buffed. Also, they could have the card that buffs all the Murlocs in their hands for every Murloc they have in play. This is going to get away from us. We're really going to have to do something cool here. Or we're going to be in some trouble. Yep, okay. Seer, yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty good deck. This came out of the various upgrades. So, if one thing that could be good for us is we can play this, put this at the bottom of our deck, and then from the depths it, make it cheaper and pull it out. So I think we're going to do that. Let's do this. And then do this. So this isn't the combo we want, but it's still a pretty good combo. Because now, eventually, our other trident will cost 0, but whatever. We're going to override that. Now we get this where after your hero attacks, you deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. That can hopefully, we're going to get that next turn. That can hopefully help stabilize the board. We're under a lot of pressure here for time because our opponent's just going to have cool shit. They're just going to be playing Murlocs, and they're going to buff them. The 2 to all enemies minions isn't going to do a lot. This is just a kind of a fun combo because we can do this, and we can do we do that, and it does 2 more to it. Yeah, do that, and then we can execute that, and now we can build up some armor so that we can start using shield slams. I've used both of my executes. That's not great. But we're acting a little control warrior-ish. Yep, dredge. Okay, they're going to use this. The next, when they pull that out, that's going to be cost health instead of mana. Oh, they're thinking about it for a while. That's good. It wasn't like a definite. Okay, yep. The problem is they're going to keep having they're just always going to keep having Murlocs. So, we're in a little trouble. Shield block. All right, let's shield block. Let's give us some armor so that we can use these. From the depths again. Well, if I play from the depths now, I'll know. I'll either pull the other trident or a shoulder check. Yes, my executes. Yeah. But what about your executes? So we do that. We can do that. I think we're just going to do 2 damage to these and dredge. I don't love this. I don't want any of these really. We're going to pull this so I can trade it. It's not good. I shouldn't have dredged. I fucked up. I shouldn't have dredged. I should have used my shield slams instead. I really should have used my shield slams. I regret playing that there. I do. I should have waited on it. Okay. Every Murloc they have, all of their Murlocs are buffed. This hand is bad for me. All of this is bad. We now need armor. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah. So, some of this was unavoidable. And some of this is just me not, doing a good job. So, if we survive next turn, we can play for 5 some kind of minion. Most likely, we don't live this turn. Most likely, they're going to do 29 damage. They can do 14, 16, 19, 23. So, doesn't look like they're taking this out right now. But they are taking us out next turn. This turn. Oh, cool. That doesn't help us at all. We can do this. And this. We're literally a 5-drop. It's not even a Colossus. Or, Colossal. We're going to concede. We lose. Again, this deck, not good, but fun. And that is going to do it for Hearthstone for tonight. We're going to move on to... we're going to quit Hearthstone, which is fine, for tonight. Not forever, but for tonight. And we're going to get ready to switch over to watching some old wrestling. I'm going to tweet out. Gonna watch some... Whoops. Some old Japan Pro Wrestling matches. Okay. I'm going to write down the... Okay. So yeah, see if we get a few more friends to join us tonight for some wrestling. But yeah, it's time. It's almost time for wrestling. Watch some good old wrestling. Indeed, Spicy. Oh yeah, let me change this to just chatting. Chatting. Because we're now just chatting. Because that's the best I can come up with for that, I think. All right, so I'm going to move this here. I'm sad WWE went after people on YouTube who were posting old WWF stuff. Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. One of the reasons why I go with All Japan Pro Wrestling is because they don't litigate. Because they're not a company, really. So it's okay, quote unquote. Also, the videos I'm showing you now have been on various YouTube channels for like years, a couple of years at least. So I really go and make sure that I am pulling stuff that I think will be fine for us to watch without any issues. Yeah, so we're going to be checking out some wrestling here. I'll tell you the card for the card is we got 3 matches tonight. I don't know if we're going to watch all 3. We're going to start with Tiger Mask 2 versus Yoshiaka Yatsu, which happened on October 22nd, 1986 in Japan, of course, for All Japan Pro Wrestling. That'll be our first match here. Let me know audio-wise if things are too loud, too quiet. I'll be pretty quiet in my ears. And yeah, we're just going to watch this old-ass wrestling match to start with and see how we feel about it as we go. We'll hit the button here. There's me. There's the match. Let's go. Starting it up. VLC. Okay, yep. In the ring is Yoshiaki Yatsu, who I will refer to here as Yatsu going forward. Coming to the ring is Tiger Mask 2 for All Japan Pro Wrestling. Coming out of the crowd. People losing their minds, wanting to touch Tiger Mask 2. Just fucking going nuts. Want to touch that cape. Want to touch that fur. Just wanting all about it. Just going for it. Of course, Tiger Mask is a Japanese manga and a Shonen Jump manga, and then also an animated series, an anime made by Toei, that then they were licensed. Oh, look at this shit. Immediately. Get out of the ring, ladies with flowers. Our face it just fucking cheap-shotted the heel. Just fucking going for it. Just hard and heavy immediately. Oh, wow. Just like fucking going for it. Holy shit, Tiger Mask. And the referee's just like, what are you doing, dude? My dude. Calm down, Tiger Mask. Tiger Mask 2 just fucking going for it. Obviously, the second Tiger Mask. But yeah, licensed. Like Jushin Thunder Liger, who we'll see later. And nice. Oh, wow. Excellent combination. I've talked about this the last time we did this, which is the first time that I did this in a very long time watching old wrestling. I just miss photographers at ringside. I just really missed the arm, the hands on there, just the photographers going for it. I really just think it fucking rules. This is 1986. Our referee is not as cool as 70s referees in All Japan, as far as outfits goes, but he is fucking cut though. Look at that dude. As far as referees, that man's got some muscle on him. I will say he does have, and I really appreciate it. He's got a little chest reveal there. He's got a deep V on that shirt, unbuttoned, or maybe that's how it's cut. I don't know, but I like it. Our face has just been dominating here, just fucking going for it, punishing this dude. Sorry, Yatsu, you're just getting worked over. Oh, yeah, I'll let him go. And I'll kick him again. I didn't let him go. Well, you got to be cut if you're refereeing in Japanese wrestling. I mean, certainly, right? But, look at that dude. Tiger Mask is working heel in this match, it feels like. I don't know the backstory about this. Maybe Yatsu, insulted his family or, tried to steal his mask or something. But, ooh, nice. Nice drag. Maybe there's a lot of heat, and this was no, I'm not going to take this anymore. I've tried to be nice, but it won't be nice anymore. I don't know. I apologize. I don't know. But yeah, he's been, just he attacked him, before the ceremony. But on the other hand, Yatsu definitely has a heel mustache. That guy's facial hair is definitely heelish. So. Also, he's just got pure black trunks, nothing flashy about Yatsu, Whoa. Toss. Carried over. Just really isolating that arm. Just putting a lot of pressure on there. A lot of holds here. We had the moment at the top where it looked like he was going to, really, do some high flying. And the ref was just like, hey, come on. Once again, should also mention the hard camera is giving us shots of people in the front row wearing dress shirts and ties. Looking pretty great. Love that about All Japan Pro Wrestling. That people who had good seats dressed up for those good seats. Not everybody, but some people. I just think it's excellent. Again, tonight we'll be watching matches. I don't know if we're going to watch all three, but we will be taking a look at matches from 1986, 1999, and 2004. We might not watch Liger versus Hashi. I might save that for another stream. But we'll definitely be watching this to its conclusion. And then Misawa versus Vader. Oh, manhandled him there. Big claw. Oh, tying up, trying to go for a suplex here. Tiger Mask says no thanks. Oh, knees. And, try to get him up there. Tiger Mask fighting out of it. Does not want to be suplexed here. They went to go see All Japan and go for some dinner afterwards. Yes, they made a night of it. Also, I do love the idea that, I know I'm sitting on hard camera for, wide shots, so I'm going to, dress up, because I'll be on television. Cameras will be on me, so I better look the part. All right, ooh. So, Japanese style, there's a lot, the Japanese style is, like any other form, has many intricacies, and, Tiger Mask is certainly playing off of the influences of lucha style, which also plays off the Japanese style. It's a weird combination of the two, but it is more of a high-flying style. Tiger Mask 2 is kind of embodying that, but also does a lot of mat-based wrestling. the Japanese style, well, they certainly had their high flyers, but also is a technical style and is a hard-hitting style. Ooh, bulldog. There's a running bulldog there. Looks like he's got... Some people are mad about that. Hell yeah. Oh, tried to go for the suplex. Nope. Suplex. Ooh. Okay, going for the pin there. The Northern Lights. Tip of the toes. Arching the feet. Tip of the toes, trying to go for that pin. But yeah. Hard-hitting style. Strong style is a Japanese wrestling style. You know, you want to make it look good. You want to make it look like legit. Even if it is a person wearing a mask, a tiger mask. Even if this character is licensed from a manga and anime, you still want it to look good. Ooh, kick that. Still have to have it look good. All right, now just punches to the face. Just strikes to the face. Oh, and going for another bulldog. That's another bulldog. Out of the corner. Tiger Mask is in trouble here. Oh, pin attempt there. That wasn't going to be it. You and I both know that wasn't going to be it. Now, WWE certainly has influenced the finisher, your finishing maneuver, leading to a pinfall, or your main submission holding to a pinfall. That was not traditional in the world of wrestling. There are signature moves, certainly, but, you know, like British style, you would just have pinning combinations you liked, and you wouldn't necessarily have a finishing move. Like, William Regal always said, like, he got to America and they wanted to know what his finisher was, and he was just like, well, what's the match? You know? But Japan certainly had their signatures. Oh. That is a pile driver right there, my friends. Oh, already on the rope, not even a 1 count. And Tiger Mask ducks out of the ring. The juniors have come over to talk to him. His people are checking with him, making sure he's okay. Boys are checking out. Got some good-looking dudes in the crowd there. Was that guy wearing sunglasses inside? Yes, he was. We love to see it. Okay, back in the ring here. Whoop. Kick to the head there. Kick to the side. A bunch of kicks. Quick kicks. Heavy kicks there. Right. Trying to take the giant down. Not he's a giant, but he's bigger. He's the bigger of the two. Trying to neutralize him. That left here. All right, we got some time left on this match. Got about 6 minutes left on this bad boy. So, ooh, brutal. Oh, that photographer's wearing sunglasses too. Hell yeah! It's because all the bright camera flashes, you got to wear shades inside. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you, Spicy. I think that is helpful. But, oop, locking him up. Ooh, a stretch. Yikes! Not a lot. You don't see a lot of stretches in modern wrestling. You still some do. You know, your Zack Sabre Juniors, your Bryan Daniels, your Drew Gulaks will still stretch you. But it's a big stretch there. And then, yeah, just start kneeing him in the head, too. Big E does do some stretches, Lashbrook. You're right. But Big E stretches are basically a transition move into then smacking you in the butt more than they are to, like, wear you down. Or to gyrate Big E's hips. Okay, off the ropes. Ooh, oof. Oh, really well sold. Love seeing that. I love seeing the forward tumble to sell a move like that. Brutal. All right, off the ropes, going for it again. Damn. Tiger Mask 2 taking a lot of punishment here. Oh, okay, scoop. Oh, going up top. That big elbow drop. Going for a pin again. Just be like, yeah, let's just do it. I forget Tiger Mask 2's names. Oh, this is Mitsuharu Misawa. I forgot. We're going to see Mitsuharu Misawa unmasked in the next match. Why did I forget that? I totally forgot that. Yeah. I forgot. We're watching this man masked, and then we will see him unmasked versus Vader. Because, yeah, he ripped the mask off. Started wrestling as himself. Ooh, nice! Lovely plancha off the ropes there. And they're like, hey, are you okay? Then get up. If you're okay, get up. We got more to do. We got work to do here. But, yeah, we're definitely getting towards the home stretch of this match here. We're building to the finale. Oop. I love that tiny TV. I love seeing that tiny TV. Rolls him back in. Follows him. Okay. And up. Ooh, nice. Going up top. Okay, Tiger Mask going up top. Slowly getting to feet for Yatsu. And drop kick. Missile drop kick. I mean, leaping drop kick there. Had to really make some distance for that. Not really a missile. Nope, not enough. And, ooh, suplex. Northern Lights. Okay. Doesn't really have it, though. Feet weren't planted properly for that. Also, big man. Tough to do. Tough to hold him down. Okay. What else you got left on you? Scoop. Slam. Going back up top for one more finishing move. Up, back on his feet. Waiting for him to get up. And, whoa. Oh, nobody home. Yeah, going for the Tiger drop. Nobody home for that. Off the ropes. Scoop. Goes for the pin, too. No. No. Oh, wait. But did it? But did he? He did! He did! He didn't kick out there. And everyone's just like, what are you fucking talking about? I definitely kicked out. No, you didn't kick out. Oh, I definitely kicked out. No, you didn't kick out. Everybody in the ring mad about it. We're like, what? Collusion. Yeah. That scoop slam. Like, what? No. You didn't win off that. What? No. Off the ropes? A slam off the ropes? Come on. I don't know, folks. We're not going to get a replay on that. We'll do our own replay. Yeah. Tiger drop misses. Okay. And then he picks him up. Off one rope, off the other. Scoop. Gets him down. Goes 1, 2. Oh, yeah. His legs went up. But maybe his legs went up, but his shoulders didn't. Look at his shoulders. 1, 2. All right, okay, you're right. Yeah, that's some good 80s hairstyles going on here. Oh, totally. Okay, yeah. His legs kicked, but his shoulder didn't leave the mat on 3. So, you know, that's a loss where you're like, it was so close. Okay, I'll buy that. All right, let's get into preliminaries here. That is not working. Hold on one second. Why is that not working? Stop. Great. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is from 1999, folks. Our second match on the card. Vader, the champion, versus Mitsuhara Misawa, who we just saw as Tiger Mask 2. He's not Tiger Mask in this one. For the All Japan Triple Crown Championship. This is 1999 in the Tokyo Dome for Giant Baba Memorial Show in Tokyo, Japan. You can see this man was masked. He was the second Tiger Mask. Now he's going his own way. This is the memorial turn. He's got a very fucking cool jacket. Rocking Eagles or Jets colors. You take your pick. Yeah, this is, lots of people are watching this. I don't have the numbers in front of me here for this one, but this is a whole lot of people. Vader already in the ring. Did not get Vader's entrance. It most likely was licensed music, so it did end up in this cut.
Tonight's International Heavyweight Championship for the Pacific Heavyweight Championship and the United National Heavyweight Championship here at the Tokyo Dome between the triple champion Vader, United States of America, and his worthy challenger Mitsuharu Misawa of Japan. The winner will get these championship belts. This great event is sanctioned by the Pacific Wrestling Federation. Domo arigato gozaimasu.
So yeah, this man has 3 belts, the triple championship. He's got 3 belts on him. He's the champion. He's facing Misawa here in Japan. And they're like, hey, no, I need those belts. Yeah, you got to give me. He's like, oh, you want to shake my hand? There's Vader. It's Vader time on his gear. Now, this is 1999 Vader. This is still fucking pretty damn good Vader. This isn't peak Vader. This is not Vader versus Cactus Jack or Vader versus Sting in WCW. This is still fucking pretty damn good Vader. 1999 Vader. No one gets 3 belts these days. Yeah. Not since Kenny Omega. 3 belts. But yeah, no. You rarely see the 3 belts. There's a lot of 2 belts out there right now. We got a lot of Becky 2 belts out there. But not many 3 belts. But yeah, Kenny Omega had 3 belts for a little bit. A little cup of coffee there. Vader's a real bad man. This is a tough wrestling man. Hell yeah. Pat him down. How about I'll be on a great stream? Yes, hello. Welcome, Delta. Happy to have you here. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, we've been going since 7 p.m. We smashed our goal right in the face. We're currently at over $900 out of our goal of $700. People were incredibly generous, and there was a point there in where we hit our goal in like the first hour, and I didn't cry, but I could have. I got pretty damn close. I'm sure somebody in New Japan has 3 belts recently. They have like 40,000. Yes, Lashbrook, certainly. But yeah, yeah, Spicy. Vader didn't always wrestle with the mask on because it's not great for wrestling, especially later. You deserve good happiness. Glad you smashed the goal. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's very kind. But yeah, this went really well. Everybody has been very generous. I had like $500 of the goal before we started, which is nonsense, and I don't know how that works. But we'll go give a Delta here a shout out. Go check them out if you want to see. like more than just Sonic, but also a lot of Sonic. Not all Sonic though, but just also good vibes. Didn't Omega have 3 when he was 88 Chapter? Yes, Jam. Hi, Jam. Omega did have 3. No problem. What just happened there? We just got a sound. Oh, Delta, just $13.33. Thank you so much, Delta. Appreciate it very much. I have to do math now. We're watching this opening bout of here. So, oops, that's showing up. We don't want to do that. Fine. You can see me look for the calculator because my brain's not fully working here. Math is always hard. I should have had a program that just did the math for me, but I don't. 33 plus 13, 37 equals. All right, there we go. There's our new total. Update the total. I could have figured that out, but I didn't. I should have also just had this calculator out ready to go when I needed it. But thank you so much for your donation. Delta, I'm also going to give you math is silly when your calculator's right. I love these default amounts. Yes, I like having the silly amounts there, the elite and the 420 and all that. It's just fun to have that. Jam, I'll get back to Omega and having 3 belts, which is right, in a second. But because Delta donated to the stream, then Delta gets a cool nickname. Or maybe not a cool nickname. A nickname in general. Ooh, Vader just being strong here. We should also comment on that. But yeah, I'm going to give you a nickname because everybody gets a nickname for donating. It's the very least that I can do. Let's go with... let's go with... Oh, but this is bad. Okay. Oh, we're just kidding. Vader's just demolishing. Wow. It's been a long stream. Here we go. Let's go with the Curious Cat. Take your time. Yeah, I appreciate it. We're going with the Curious Cat. Your nickname is the Curious Cat. So enjoy that nickname. Vader is great back in the day when most wrestlers were just big slabs of meat. Yes, Spicy. Spicy, you're totally right. Vader could go. Vader could work. Vader had endurance and stamina for a big man, which is ridiculous. Could cut a good promo. Was intimidating. Worked well overseas. And yeah, just could go. Also, Jam, yes. The last Triple Crown winner in America that I know of is Kenny Omega, who had the AAA, the AW, and the Impact World titles all at the same time. Oh, I believe it was AAA. Yes, AAA was the third one. Yeah. Oh, out of the ring. That's just brutal. Luckily, there was a mat there. And then all the boys are just like, sucks, dude. Sucks. Sorry, bro. Yeah, make way for Vader, all you photographers. Hey, where's he going? Where's he going? Now, these photographers, ooh, brutal. These photographers are just in the way of the actual camera for the event. So maybe that is a downside to having camera people at ringside. And these Academy boys, the All Japan trainee guys, they're all like, nope, we're not going to touch him. We're going to encourage him, but we aren't going to cheat because that would be cheating to help him. Whoa! Oh man, is he gonna? Oh yeah, he is. He's gonna try to power bomb him. He's trying to power bomb him. Trying to power bomb on the outside. Nope. Nope. Misawa fights out of it, and then Oh, still fighting out of it. Classic black and white from the referee. White polo shirt, black pants. And, oh, that's a power bomb, friends. That is a power bomb. Now, curious. Cat, there are so many photographers, right? Have you ever thought of streaming wrestling games? Just curious. A curious cat. Yes. So, Fire Pro Wrestling has a mode where you can just have the computer fight itself, the CPUs. So we did that pretty early on in the run of Pat Bear's. Whoa, that's a big splash. I mean, he landed on his feet and then fell forward, which is nice of him. Also, that Leon definitely saved that dude by landing on his feet and then falling forward. We appreciate that, Leon, that you just jumped onto your feet and then fell instead of leading with your stomach. Everyone appreciates that. Thank you, Vader, for that one. Yeah, so Fire Pro has a mode where you can just have it. So I would like record during the day some matches between like nonsense creative characters and then do commentary for that. And I could probably do that again. I keep threatening to get the WWE game. I'm waiting for it to be cheaper, but I've been threatening to get that and stream that a bit. But yeah, that was really fun to have like this weird version of like Goku wrestle like somebody based on a friend of mine, because people, if you're well enough, known, people make like Alex. There's a in Fire Pro you can wrestle as Alex Navarro's wrestling character from PAX. So that's just like a silly thing. So yeah, you could have like my friend Alex fight Optimus Prime. It's like, sure, all right. Ooh, nice. A lot of air on that one. And big splash. Would love to tune in for those. Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking I'll probably do that again. This is the second time in pretty recent that I've done a stream where I've just watched some old wrestling, because I like watching old wrestling. I got a bunch of my YouTube subscriptions, follows are for people to just post really old wrestling matches. This one's only $19.99, and it's still old, but... Ooh, okay. Is he going to go for the crossface, or just... No, he's just wrenching the leg. This is the slowdown portion of the match, folks. This is the portion where, like, both of them just need to fucking breathe, because they've been wrestling for about 10 minutes out of their 30-minute match. The rest holds, yes. It looks so much older. Well, Delta, part of it is that we're really used to HD now. So, like, anything before, like, anything before, like, 2014 just really does look old. This probably also was digitized off a VHS tape. It wasn't digitized off, like, a DVD or a master. So it does look older than 1999. But, yeah. I think anything, like, yeah. And unless you're getting the source, everything does look older. Oop, takes him over. He did. He got him over. You could definitely see Vader helping with that. But, yeah, he's out. But also, I believe he has a... Well, oh, launched in there. Launched him right in there. I was about to say, I believe you'll have a 20 count, because generally Japanese wrestling gives you a count of 20 instead of 10. Oh, and then you check in with the wrestlers, see if they're hurt. Vader doesn't even get a chance to tell him. He's like, no, I'm okay. Oof. Just a punch. Just a hit. Just a big hit. Sometimes all you have to do is give a big hit. And, ooh, love that. The senton right there. And, ooh, lovely. That's his full body weight. That's not landing on your legs. Misawa is doing everything he can here to win this one. Against a champion like that, winning a bunch of belts, winning foreign belts, all that stuff is the prestige here. And nice. Hey, we saw him try that missile drop kick earlier as a masked wrestler in the last match. Whoa, that's impressive. Sorry, I probably peaked my sound on there. That suplex was fucking impressive. No. That suplex. Hey, we can just do this. We're gonna watch that again because that was great. No. Yeah, we're gonna. Okay, after the drop, here we go. The sound in the audience was so good. Yeah, the sound of the move. But listen to this. The crowd just went bonkers. Like the thud of it was great. But the crowd was just like, you just suplexed that guy. And the announcers are losing their minds that wasn't the end of the match. I love that too. Oh. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's not going to work, dude. Yeah, that might work. Yeah, you can scoop him. But yeah, you're not going to get him up and over for that. Oh, big elbow. 2. No, another kick out there. That elbow's not going to do it. Checking in with the announcer, seeing what time they're at. Could be making sure he's okay. Other could be spinning kick. Nope. Oh, kick to the face, but doesn't take him down, and catches him. There's a big suplex, a release suplex. Vader's no Andre, but still impressive to pick him up. Totally. I mean, that's just a big man. That's just a lot of muscle under that fat too. And Vader's just like, okay. Yeah, it could have been checking with time, seeing how much time they had left, the flow of the match. Looking for positioning here. Picks him up. Sends him to the second rope. That wasn't as clean as I'm sure both the men would have liked, but it was still impressive. Yeah, he did misjudge where he was there, but releases and then another. Yep. Big splash there. No. Oh. The suplex into the turnbuckle is a great move, but yeah, just kind of misjudged it. But Misawa's down. Vader's getting up. They're both breathing pretty heavy at this point. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see a moonsault here or a Vader bomb. I don't know what we're going to see here. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a beautiful pile driver. This might be it. This pile driver might be it. 2. Nope, kick out. But that pile driver is pretty great. The chicken wing pile driver is pretty dang awesome. Yeah, that is a tiger driver that Vader just did to him. Put him down. Oh, here we go. Going for the Vader bomb. Oh, no, this is the moonsault. This is the moonsault, friends. Oh, no one home for the moonsault. I thought he was going for the Vader bomb. He went for the moonsault. You're not wrong, friends. Now, obviously, that didn't connect, but That's a big man going for a moonsault there. We're gonna watch that again. I didn't even notice. Yeah, we're not near the end here. We got more of the match left. So I was like, I mean, there's probably some of the video is probably the outro, but yeah, I thought he was going for the Vader bomb in the corner, but no, he went for the moonsault, and nobody was home. That's unbelievable. Yeah, I did think that we were going to see, or the corner bomb, as it was called. To other people call that the corner bomb. Yeah, there's a time about how long the match was. I believe it's been 15 minutes, I think they were saying there. I don't know if there's a time limit on this match. Oh, and then disrespectful. Just smacking him. Vader is mad. Just smacking him in the face. Sends him down again. He's just like, you know what? I'm going to do something else. Oh. And everyone's just like, wait, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Vader. Oh, nope. Caught him. And then some chops. Well, some elbows. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for being here. Have a good night. And yeah, get ready for bed. Thanks for spending some of your Sunday. Thank you for the donation as well. Oh, that was great. Definitely had to help with that suplex, but that suplex was good. All right, and he's going to the other corner. Going up. Up high, and frog splash. Lovely frog splash. Go to the pin. 2. Vader says no. That was a great frog splash. Not a lot of height, but looked like a lot of power. Really going for it. Vader already on his feet, though. Up on his feet. Oh, trying to go for another big move. Gets the big man up on the, sitting on the top. Trying to do a little lucha here. Gets him up. Nope. Yeah, that was a DDT from him sitting on the top rope. It was one of those things where we were like, is that a DDT or a suplex? It's supposed to be a DDT. 2. No. Vader doing the roll there, really selling. He could win that. You know, this is Vader's to lose right now. Ooh, nice. 1, 2. No. Another near fall there. Just 2. Really close to the ropes as well. The spinning fist there. Oh, but Vader is up. Vader is up and pissed. Clothesline. Sitting down right on his chest. 1, 2. Nope, kicked out. Oh, and now he's pissed. He's like, did you just like sit on me? Both men are really fired up now. Oh, big elbows, punches, big elbows. Oh, this could be it. 1, 2, and it is. That's it. A big strike to the face was all that it took, other than obviously a lot of other wrestling. And the announcers are doing that like screaming thing. Yeah, crowd goes absolutely bonkers. It was a really good match. This is one that I knew was good. I knew this one was going to be one that it would be fun to watch here. But like Vader with those really late like kickouts to really like sell that like, oh, I still got it, I can still go. Yeah. The fact that he can't even get up to celebrate, like, this is a lot of respect between these two men as far as like showing how strong the other is in it. That both of them are still just laid out after this match. You know, this is one of those like, yeah, this is fucking cool shit. Where everyone's just like, are you okay? Got those belts. That big old trophy. And this very old man just being like, should I give it to him? Is he up yet? Yeah, there he is. Yeah, this is from, yeah, this is beautiful. All right. It's like, take these belts off me. I'm hurt. Oh, and here's a big trophy because it's the Giant Baba Memorial. So give you this big trophy as well. Unbelievably beautiful. Just so cool. Well, we'll see if there's anything else going on in this match here. Everybody's just really fucking cheering for this dude. Just going bonkers for him. It's also fun to think about. This is 1999, and like wrestling has never been hotter than like the 97, 99. But like this is not what you think of 1999 wrestling. This is not Attitude Era wrestling. This is not WCW NWO wrestling. This is like still fucking Japanese fucking wrestling. And then we're getting something heartfelt, but I don't know what it's saying, so we skip through that a little bit. And they're just like, yeah, okay, I guess we got more. The cameraman has to get out of the ring. We just keep the feed going. Yeah, some pure Japanese ass. Yeah, pure ass Japanese wrestling. That totally is. That's some Japanese ass wrestling right there. All right, so we will have to hold Zhuzian Thunder Liger versus Makoto Hashi from March 6, 2004 for another time because I'm a little wiped. I'm emotionally pretty wiped, and I am also on cloud 9. So we are going to wrap up this stream now. Thank you, everybody that hung out. If you were here for the whole stream or you came in late, I've been streaming, hey, for me, 3 hours is a lot because I normally do 2 hours, but it's not a lot for other people. We are going to raid. That is how we end every stream. Is we end every single stream here with a raid, and we'll go send some love to somebody who's doing some cool shit out there. So we're going to find somebody cool to go raid. But thank you everybody for being here. Tomorrow 9 p.m. Eastern, back to the normal back to the normal streaming. I'll be continuing on the White Rider model kit. And hanging out and talking about anime and video games and all kinds of stuff. But we're going to go see who's doing some cool stuff out there that we want to go spend, give a little love to. Let's see. Let's see. We're going to go... I don't know why Arthur Geese is playing Fallout 4, but we're going to go raid Arthur because he's playing Fallout 4, and that's a weird choice. But I like the choice. I like that. I like the idea that we're going to go raid Arthur. I can't believe we raised $946.76. That's unbelievable. That's complete nonsense. I have not fully processed it. Tomorrow we'll talk more about that and let me process that. But yeah, let's go give Arthur a raid because that's just wacky. Arthur Geese, fantastic, former games journalist now at Wirecutter after he got an art degree. Great dude. We're going to go hang out with him for a bit. So feel free to come along on this raid. I hope you come back tomorrow for some model kit building. If you donated, thank you so much. If you didn't donate, you just hung out, also thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. I'm going to go decompress. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye.